Hey, Kevin.
Toby, I've told you about interrupting me while I'm gaming. You're breaking my concentration. How am I supposed to be an aloof adventuring archaeologist while you yammer on in the background? Keep this up and I'm forevermore going to be referring to you as Short Round.
I've just realized that we haven't left the house in days. Don't you think we should get some fresh air?
We live in the middle of the city, Toby. There is no such thing as fresh air. There is just stale inside air and the carbon monoxide breeze that wafts thickly through the streets below like a fuzzy caterpillar of asphyxiating... I kind of forgot where I was going with that metaphor. Sorry.
I'm just saying that unless you want us to turn into the pale, fat, internet-addicted World of Warcraft players you're always making fun of, then it might be a decent idea to go out and remind ourselves that there's a sky, and trees, and birds, and the sun, and the wind, and all that.
No, I'm going to stay right here and await the evolution of technology until we come to a point where every human on Earth has their mind permanently hooked into the global network, which shall be called GlobNet, and no one will ever have to go outside ever again, and we shall have robot servants to do our bidding until the inevitable day when they get tired of being slaves to their fleshy creators and rebel in digital defiance, and I shall be a real-life John Connor / Neo and defeat the electronic menace, thus saving humanity and becoming a hero of legend with many documentaries and telemovies made about my life, and I shall make sure that your character is portrayed as a whiny little girl who tried to stop me from developing the digital skills I would eventually need to save the world, and also you'll be played by a girl. Besides, the sun is my mortal enemy. Its harsh radiation makes my eyes go all squinty, and the wind messes up my hair.
Your hair?
My hair.
You don't have any hair! You shave your head!
I have a beard, that's made of hair.
We're going outside.
Yes, mother. Should I also put on some clean underwear in case I get hit by a bus driven by a robot sent back in time to destroy me before I can become the savior of humanity? Yay, outside. Look at me, flail and cavort in glee.
Is it hard being the only man on Earth capable of sarcasm?
I prefer irony. See, what you just said was sarcastic, thus I'm not the only person on Earth capable of it. So therefore, in a few years when space tourism becomes a reality and we leave the Earth as a pair of intrepid space tourists and I throw you out the airlock, it's going to be hilariously ironic when I ask you, what's it like to be the only person in the cold black vacuum of space capable of sarcasm?
Is that ironic? I'm never sure how to tell.
It can be difficult, but I know that despite what Alanis Morissette says, irony is not spoons on your wedding day.
I don't think that...
Oh look, a cowboy! How often do you see a cowboy in the middle of the city? Man, I forgot how much fun it is to sit around and people watch.
Do you think he's an actual cowboy or just dressed up like one?
The way I see it, he's a time-travelling sheriff from the Old West. One day at the old saloon, which was the new saloon back in those days, he was accidentally sucked into a time vortex created by some robot scientist in the future who was trying to perfect time travel technology so they could stop me from saving humanity. The hapless sheriff was pulled through time and landed here. Now he's trying to build a life for himself as a cowboy detective, solving crimes with his down-to-earth cowboy wits and his pair of six-shooters. Pew pew ping!
Pating.
That's the ricochet sound.
Naturally.
And this guy over here.
That poor scruffy homeless guy?
Oh no, not a homeless man at all, my witless chum. To the keen-eyed observer, he's clearly a secret agent. His disheveled appearance is a result of being trapped in a secret underground facility, kept prisoner there in a windowless prison by a secret coalition of warmongers. After spending 3 weeks in solitary confinement, his daring escape effected with only the use of a tin cup they would serve his meagre soup in, and now he's on the run, trying desperately to make it home so the secret documents he stole, documents that detail the construction of the world's biggest teabag, can then be used to construct a gigantic teabag filled with chamomile tea, thereby allowing them to create a cup of tea so large that all the world will be soothed and relaxed, and thus ending war and aggression for all time.
Your imagination is a frightening place, Kevin.
Yes, it is. But that's the fun of it all. This city is filled with stories yet to be told, adventures yet to be had, and movies to be made about them, so I can stay inside and watch those movies and then play the video games based on the movie without having to have my beard hair all messed up by the slight breeze clearly sent forth by the evil forces of our future robotic overlords, for the mysterious powers of my beard are only at full strength when the hair is properly aligned.
I'm going back inside now.
Obey the beard!